Imagine reaching into your fridge, pulling out a crisp, fresh vegetable, and unknowingly fueling one of the most feared diseases. It sounds like a nightmare, right? But the truth is, some vegetables, often considered healthy, might actually be contributing to cancer cell growth and causing significant damage to your body. In this discussion, we'll uncover 4 vegetables that you need to be cautious about. These are not your typical junk foods, but rather unsuspecting culprits that could be doing more harm than good. Let's dive in and find out which vegetables you should be wary of. Understanding the cancer connection. Before we reveal the list, it's important to understand how certain foods can influence cancer development. Cancer cells, like all cells in your body, need fuel to grow and multiply. While many foods contribute to overall health, some have properties that can potentially fuel cancer cells. This doesn't mean you should avoid vegetables altogether, far from it. But awareness is key to making informed choices about your diet. Number 1. Corn. A hidden danger in every bite. Corn is a staple in many diets around the world. It's found in everything from corn on the cob to tortillas, popcorn, and various processed foods. But what many people don't realize is that corn can be a major player in cancer growth. The problem with corn lies in its high glycemic index. Foods with a high glycemic index can cause a rapid spike in blood sugar levels. This spike triggers the release of insulin, which not only helps cells absorb sugar, but can also promote the growth of cancer cells. Cancer cells thrive on glucose, and when your blood sugar levels are consistently high, you're effectively feeding these cells. Moreover, most of the corn available today is genetically modified, GMO. While the long-term health effects of GMOs are still under debate, some studies suggest that GMO corn might have higher levels of harmful chemicals, such as glyphosate, which has been linked to cancer. Number 2. Potatoes. Starch-packed problem. Potatoes are another vegetable that can be problematic when it comes to cancer. Like corn, potatoes have a high glycemic index, leading to spikes in blood sugar and insulin levels. Regular consumption of high glycemic foods has been linked to an increased risk of developing certain types of cancer, including breast and colorectal cancers. But it's not just about the glycemic index. Potatoes, especially when fried or baked at high temperatures, can produce a chemical called acrylamide. Acrylamide is formed from sugars and an amino acid called asparagine, which is naturally present in potatoes. This chemical has been classified as a probable human carcinogen, meaning it could potentially cause cancer. While boiling or steaming potatoes reduces the formation of acrylamide, these cooking methods don't eliminate the starch issue. Consuming potatoes in moderation is key, and pairing them with other low glycemic foods can help mitigate the risks. Number 3. Tomatoes. Surprising suspect. Tomatoes are often hailed as a superfood, packed with antioxidants like lycopene, which is known for its cancer-fighting properties. However, there's another side to tomatoes that might surprise you. Tomatoes are part of the nightshade family, which also includes potatoes, eggplants, and peppers. Some studies suggest that nightshades may contribute to inflammation in the body, which can create an environment conducive to cancer growth. Chronic inflammation is a well-known risk factor for various types of cancer, as it can lead to DNA damage and promote tumor development. In addition to inflammation, tomatoes contain lectins, a type of protein that can bind to cell membranes and potentially promote cell growth. While lectins have some health benefits, in excessive amounts, they can cause digestive issues and increase inflammation, potentially fueling cancer cells. It's worth noting that cooking tomatoes can reduce their lectin content, making them safer to consume. So, while tomatoes are not something you need to cut out entirely, being mindful of how they're prepared and how often they're eaten is important. Number 4. Spinach. Green with a dark side. Spinach is often considered one of the healthiest vegetables you can eat. It's rich in iron, vitamins, and antioxidants. However, it also contains high levels of oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that can interfere with the body's ability to absorb calcium. When oxalates bind with calcium, they form crystals that can lead to the formation of kidney stones. But the problem doesn't end there. Some studies suggest that a diet high in oxalates could also contribute to an environment that supports cancer growth. This is because calcium oxalate crystals can cause oxidative stress, a condition that leads to cellular damage and can increase the risk of cancer. Additionally, spinach is often exposed to high levels of pesticides, which are known carcinogens. Washing your spinach thoroughly can help reduce pesticide residue, but it doesn't eliminate the risk entirely. Opting for organic spinach can be a safer choice, but even then, it's important to consume it in moderation to avoid potential oxalate overload. Rethinking your plate. Moderation is key. So, what does all this mean for your diet? It's not about avoiding these vegetables altogether, but rather understanding how they can impact your health, particularly in relation to cancer. Moderation is crucial, as is balancing these foods with others that have known cancer-fighting properties. For instance, pairing high glycemic vegetables like corn and potatoes with leafy greens and healthy fats can help slow down the absorption of sugars, reducing insulin spikes. Cooking tomatoes and opting for organic spinach can minimize the risks associated with these otherwise nutritious vegetables. Conclusion: be informed, not afraid. In the end, the key takeaway is to be informed about what you're eating. While these vegetables have potential downsides, they also offer health benefits when consumed in the right way and in the right amounts. It's about making smarter choices and being mindful of how certain foods can impact your health over time. Your diet is one of the most powerful tools you have for influencing your health, so use it wisely. By staying informed and making conscious decisions about what you eat, you can take control of your well-being and reduce your risk of cancer and other chronic diseases. Remember, it's not about living in fear of your food, but about being proactive and intentional with your choices.